1 year ago, I reviewed the Talaria Sting, a competitor to the Sur Ronster that couldn't quite beat it in any meaningful way. At the same size, build quality, and level of performance as the Sur Ronster, it was difficult to prefer the copycat, especially at its slightly higher price point. However, only 1 year later, Talaria has just released a new model that could dethrone the Sur Ronster. Introducing the all-new Talaria Sting R.
Yeah, I'm on my own. I don't need no one. I don't. Yeah, I'm in my zone.
Now, before we jump in, you still have a chance to win my 70-mile-per-hour Sur, and I've decided if I like the new Talaria R, I'll give one away as well, but only if I like it. So stay tuned until the end of this video to see what I decide. Here we go. What's so exciting about the new Talaria Sting R is that Talaria is clearly listening to their riders and making improvements in real time. In just the last year, Talaria has made more improvements to the Sting than Sur has made to the X in 5 years. And at this rate, I wonder how competitive Sur will be in the near future. Now let's see what's new and improved on the Talaria Sting R. Right off the bat, the Sting R is now over 30% more powerful than the previous Talaria Sting or the newest Sur X, pushing 8 kilowatts of power out of the box. Not only did they increase the power, they also increased the battery capacity from 38 amp hours to 45 amp hours. Even the motor has gone through meaningful upgrades. The new IPM motor design is now more durable and more resistant to heat increase. And the gearbox mount has been modified to be capable of handling the higher power. It's rocking new suspension on the front and rear, with newly upgraded brakes with 220mm rotors, and even a newly added rear rotor guard. They also included a new peg brace, clearly taking feedback from their off-road riders. The chain guard is now rubber, increasing its durability, and the chain itself has been improved to take higher power. The bars have slightly more rise, and even the breaker has been improved to handle heavier current. In just 1 year, the Talaria Sting has seen so many improvements that it's almost easier to ask what's not new rather than what is. With more power, more battery, and more robust components from the motor to the brakes to the breaker, the Talaria Sting R is looking really good. So let's take it for its first ride. Here we go. First ride on the all-new Talaria Sting R. It's got this egg rider type display, which is great. It gives you a lot of control, including choosing from 4 levels of regen, which is awesome. I'm gonna start on the lowest level, and I'm gonna start in sport mode. Here we go. Whoa! Whoa, that's more powerful than last Talaria and current Sur for sure. Feels like it's already upgraded. Here, before I drain the battery at all, let me do a top speed run here. Now, I always just put the phone on my lap for this part. The last time I dropped my phone. Oh, I dropped my phone. So I'm using these mouse mounts, which are actually really convenient. Check this out. Boom. So easy. And then you just take it off like that. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this. I'll put the link in the description. All right, top speed run, 8th mile run right here. 3, 2, 1. Whoa, you can't keep the front wheel down. Woo! This is so much more powerful than the Talaria Sting or the Sur X. Let's see what the top speed was. Very interesting. Top speed 46.3 miles per hour. It feels a little more like 47, 48. Let's run it back. 3, 2, 1. this is powerful. Right out of the box too. Okay, there we go. 48.5 miles per hour top speed. That's exactly what it feels like. But beyond the top speed, it just feels way more powerful. And let me try the regen settings here. So now we're in the 4th regen level. I wonder if you have to stop. I don't really notice that much of a difference. Oh yeah, it does a little bit. Hell yeah, bro. E-gang.
Yeah, we're gang though.
You trying to race right here? Oh, here we go, here we go. Oh! All right, wheelie time. Yeah! Oh man, these brake sensors are sensitive, but that's actually another difference on the new Talaria Sting R. You can just unplug the brake sensor like that, instead of cutting it or tracing it back. I mean, you're gonna wanna trace it back and remove the wire, but that's nice. Whoa, okay, all right. Damn. Wow, this rides well out of the box. Well, I don't ride well out of the box. Whoa, let's go. This is out of the box. It doesn't even need any power upgrades. Whoa. Oh man. Okay, the Sur Ronster X, to pop at a speed like that, you'd have to get your butt out of the seat. But this is doing it with just the throttle. This is incredible. There hasn't been a bike that performs like this out of the box since the Sur Ronster X. And it kind of hurts me to say that, Sur-Ron's in my name, but out of the box, the Talaria Sting R is blowing me away. Oh man! It feels like it's already been upgraded. It's even more powerful than when you put the 66 volt tri-battery into the Sur-Ron. That gives the Sur-Ron about a 20% boost. This is supposed to be 30%. Wow, and it feels like it. Okay, I got lost. I'm having too much fun. We'll try to hit some dirt before the sun sets. This bike, it doesn't need anything. It just needs supermoto wheels. And like maybe some cosmetic things. But power-wise, I'm so happy with this. It's the power that these bikes should have been the whole time. And the motor is upgraded. It's an IPM motor with like a new, all sorts of things going on inside of it, which makes me think if you were to upgrade this, which it doesn't necessarily need at all, but if you were to upgrade it, the motor can certainly handle it. And the ergonomics on the Talaria, I mean, if we are just going to keep comparing it to the Sur Ronster X, the ergonomics are better on the Talaria. The way that you hug the frame, pop the front brake sensor so I can do a burnout. Nice. Oh, it's so peppy off the line. Mm. Let's go. Yes. Okay, I so recommend this bike. If you were to look for somewhere to buy it, I believe it's only available from Unicycle. And they did sponsor this bike to me, which is a really big deal for me just because I've always been sort of a Unicycle fanboy. They're the first people to have introduced the Sur-Ron to the US, and I bought my Sur-Ron from them used back in 2019. And it's also a big deal because they never sold Talarias until I think today. And I don't know what that means as far as Sur-Ron stuff, but that's a big deal that Unicycle is offering the Talaria. And I've got to say, based on what I'm seeing right now, that's probably a good call because Talaria clearly is trying to improve. They're trying to be competitive. No hate on Sur-Ron, but they have not done anything in like 5 years. They did increase the amp hour of the Sur Ronster X battery, but you know what? Apparently that's because they are using cheaper battery cells. They couldn't get the original cells they've been using, so they used slightly cheaper ones that actually have higher capacity, but they're not gonna last as long, or they're not gonna be able to handle the same kind of output. So Sur-Ron really hasn't done anything in 5 years. Now that does mean a lot about the bike itself, which means it didn't really need anything for 5 years, and I've got nothing but respect for Sur-Ron for coming up with that bike ahead of everyone. But there's some new players in the game right now, and they are not playing. They're not messing around. Wow. Oh my God, this thing is so fun. Usually when I get on a bike, I'm like, oh, imagine it when it's upgraded with more power. This bike, it really has enough power for the size. It's what it should have been the whole time, basically. I've always felt like the Sur Ronster X and the Talaria Sting are underpowered out of the box, and that's why the upgrading community is so prosperous, because these bikes are awesome when you make them faster. But the Talaria Sting R is kind of coming like that out of the box now. Let's try some more wheelies here. This is my favorite spot. Oh, my phone mount. Whoa, my phone. My phone fell off. Oh shit, where did it fall? No, these mounts are great. I just didn't screw it on tight enough today. No, do not want to lose my phone. Probably when I hit that jump. Good thing this bike is fast. All right, come on. Yes, it's right there. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, I was getting a little nervous. This bike is dope. The original Talaria Sting, my least favorite thing about it was the way the throttle felt. The control on the Talaria Sting throttle originally was super snappy off the line, and then you got nothing after it. But now the throttle's like really butter. What's up, bro?
Oh, you okay?
Good to see you, dude.
You been seeing as well?
I'm just riding.
Talaria?
Yeah, dude, the Talaria R. What's up, bro? What's up, bro? Yee! These guys are British. They're literally just visiting. I met them out here last time.
Well better than the old ones. Feels high enough, doesn't it?
Yeah. So in the world of stock, out-of-the-box e-bikes, I don't see anything beating the new Talaria Sting R in its class, which means I'm giving one away. Now I have to admit I made a mistake. In order to keep the Sur Ronster giveaway fair, legal, and legitimate, I'm going through a third-party service who recommended doing it for 90 days, which I quickly realized was too long, but it's also too late to change it. So here's what I'm doing. For the next 30 days, I am adding a brand new Talaria Sting R to the giveaway. What that means is if you try out a charged PEV bundle for my new brand, you get 5 times the entries into winning both a 72-volt Sur Ronster or a brand new in-the-box Talaria Sting R. There are now 2 bikes up for grabs, double the chances of winning. You can enter in the description below. Good luck. As always, thank you so much for watching. Stay clean and stay tuned.
Yeah.